As I wandered through the dense forest, a place untouched by time, I stumbled upon a worn leather-bound book lying on the ground. Intrigued, I picked it up, dusting off its cover to reveal faded letters that spelled "The Haunting of Ravenswood." Curiosity consumed me, and I found myself drawn to its pages. Sitting beneath the shade of a gnarled oak tree, I began to read the accursed tome. Its words writhed and squirmed upon the page, as if imbued with a sinister life force. The story that unfurled before me was a descent into madness, a terrifying tale of Jake's encounter with the abominable Wendigo. From the first page, a palpable sense of unease settled upon me. The air grew thick with a sickly scent, as if the essence of decay permeated the very fabric of the forest. Shadows danced and twisted, their forms eluding comprehension, while whispers echoed through the trees, carrying with them the weight of untold secrets. With every turn of the page, the narrative grew more unnerving. The author's mastery of description brought forth vivid images of the Wendigo, its grotesque form haunting my thoughts. It was an entity that defied the laws of nature, a nightmarish amalgamation of rotting flesh, gnarled bones, and hollow eyes that hungered for the souls of the living. But as I delved deeper into the forbidden text, a malevolent presence seemed to manifest in the very words themselves. I could feel its influence seeping into my mind, tainting my thoughts with a dark compulsion to read on. The forest around me seemed to pulsate with an otherworldly energy, as if it mirrored the sinister events described within the pages. Time became distorted, stretched thin like a frail veil between dimensions. The forest whispered in a language unknown to mortal ears, its sibilant tones inflicting a sense of existential dread. The trees contorted into grotesque shapes, their branches reaching out like skeletal hands, beckoning me further into the abyss. The horrors of Ravenswood grew ever more harrowing as the story progressed. The Wendigo's insatiable hunger was not limited to physical sustenance, but extended to the consumption of souls. It preyed upon the deepest fears and desires of its victims, twisting their minds and feasting upon their torment. As I immersed myself in the nightmarish tale, a maddening realization dawned upon me. The book itself seemed to possess a malefic intelligence, guiding my reading experience with sinister intent. It whispered secrets long forgotten, secrets that shattered the fragile perceptions of my reality. Visions invaded my mind, an unrelenting onslaught of cosmic aberrations. I witnessed the Wendigo's true form, an eldritch monstrosity born of ancient nightmares and unspeakable rituals. Its writhing tendrils snaked through dimensions, coiling around the pillars of reality and threatening to tear them asunder. The boundaries between the story and the forest became indistinguishable. I felt the eyes of unseen entities upon me, their gaze penetrating my soul with an intensity that defied comprehension. The very ground beneath me seemed to pulse with a sinister energy, as if the land itself was infected with the taint of the Wendigo's presence. Yet, despite the encroaching terror, I could not bring myself to close the book. Its pages turned themselves, as if guided by an invisible hand, compelling me to bear witness to the unfolding horrors. It was a dance of the damned, a macabre waltz between the reader and the insidious tale. Within the ink-stained pages, the author's words wove a tapestry of cosmic dread, revealing truths. Within the ink-stained pages, the author's words wove a tapestry of cosmic dread, revealing truths that shattered the fragile facade of reality. Each sentence unraveled the boundaries of existence, dragging me deeper into the abyss of terror. As I read, the forest transformed around me, becoming a twisted reflection of the horrors within the book. Trees bent and contorted, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers, desperate to ensnare any hapless wanderer who dared intrude upon this unhallowed ground. The whispers grew louder, more insidious, as if the very fabric of the forest was alive with malevolent intent. They slithered into my ears, their serpentine words coiling around my mind, planting seeds of madness that took root and flourished. But I pressed on, driven by a morbid curiosity that defied reason. The narrative delved deeper into the twisted psyche of Jake, recounting his encounters with the Wendigo and the dark secrets of Ravenswood. Each revelation was a fresh wound upon my sanity, bleeding dread and despair. In the darkest corners of the tale, I met the enigmatic old man who had dwelled in the cabin, hidden from the horrors that plagued the land. His words dripped with equal parts wisdom and madness as he revealed the true nature of the Wendigo, a primordial entity that fed on the very essence of life, a cosmic parasite that hungered for the souls of the unwary. With trembling hands, I traced the lines of the text, feeling the weight of ancient knowledge within its fragile pages. The old man's warnings echoed in my mind, cautioning me against meddling with forces beyond mortal comprehension. But my morbid fascination pushed me further, and I couldn't resist the pull of the narrative's unholy allure. As night descended upon the forest, the boundaries between the book and reality continued to blur. Shadows writhed and twisted, taking on grotesque forms that whispered secrets of forgotten eons. I felt unseen eyes upon me, their gaze searing into my very soul, unraveling the fragile threads that held me together. It was in those moments of terror that I caught glimpses of something beyond the veil of perception. In the depths of the woods, ethereal shapes danced in macabre rituals, their movements syncopated with the beating of my own heart. It was as if the boundaries of existence had been breached, and the eldritch horrors from the pages of the book had spilled into the world. The forest exhaled a putrid breath, the stench of decay mingling with the scent of my fear. I stumbled upon a clearing bathed in an unnatural glow, a place where the barrier between dimensions grew thin. A chorus of anguished cries rose from the abyss, blending with the haunting melody of unseen flutes, and my mind recoiled from the incomprehensible symphony. But still, I read on, my hands trembling, my heart racing. The tale was nearing its climax, an apex of unspeakable horror that promised no salvation, no respite from the torment. The Wendigo's insatiable hunger grew, fueled by the fear it instilled in the hearts of its victims. As I turned the final page, my gaze fell upon a cliffhanger, an abrupt end to the narrative that left my mind reeling. It was a moment frozen in time, an unresolved tension that hung in the air like a thick fog. The story had consumed me, entwined its tendrils around my soul, and now I was left teetering on the precipice of an unthinkable conclusion. I closed the book, its weight heavy in my hands, but the echoes of the tale persisted. The whispers followed me, trailing like phantoms through the darkness. Reality itself seemed to warp and twist, distorted by the malevolence I had unwittingly unleashed. I was trapped in a nightmarish limbo, suspended between the world of the book and the waking world. The forest, once a place of serenity, had become a prison of grotesque wonders. Every rustle of leaves, every gust of wind carried with it the lingering presence of the Wendigo, a reminder of the horrors I had invited into my life. Now, dear reader, the story remains unfinished, a haunting melody suspended in time. The horrors of Ravenswood and the secrets of the Wendigo remain locked within the pages, waiting for a brave soul to dare venture further into the depths of cosmic terror. But beware, for the path is treacherous, and the price of knowledge may be your very sanity. The whispers beckon, the shadows writhe, and the mysteries of Ravenswood call out to those who are willing to embrace the dark unknown. Will you take the plunge, dear reader, and unlock the horrors that lie within, or will you turn away, forever haunted by the tantalizing secrets that dance just beyond your grasp? The choice is yours, but remember, once you enter the realm of the Haunting of Ravenswood, there is no turning back.